I'm getting this as a 0. Do you agree? Hence, what is my conclusion? This is 0 less than epsilon मत समझना. Since this is 0, that means epsilon was my positive, so I can consider this guy as this whole term is less than epsilon. ऐसा. Correct? So what is my consider? Hence, f of xy is differentiable at which point? E1, E2. And what is the derivative? df of e at h, that is equal to df of e at h1 h2, that is equal to what? T of h1 h2, that is equal to 3h1. Is that okay? So this is my derivative. So what can you say? The function is differentiable. Correct? और अगर किसी एक पॉइंट पे चाहिए तो क्या करने का? You just have to put a point. So that means what? अगर suppose see E1 E2 was any point in general ना, अगर 1 का -1 put किया तो then also you can get the derivative with respect to that point, like that. ठीक है? Let us see one more example. Let f from R2 to R given by f of xy is equal to 5y square. Suppose this is my function, and again you want to show that f is differentiable and find the total derivative. You want to find total derivative. Total derivative, correct? So you want to find total. What is the next step? First step is you need to put what is e. So you should start with e is e1 e2. Next, what is h? H is h1 h2. What is e plus h? You should put f of e plus h. What is f of e plus h? It will be e1 plus h1, e2 plus h2. And what is the value? The value is 5y square, correct? So it will be 5 times e2 plus h2 the whole square. Let us quickly solve this. This is 5 times e2 square plus 2 e2 h2 plus h2 the whole square, correct? Let us solve this. This is 5 e2 square plus 10 e2 h2 plus 5 h2 square, correct? So this is my f of e plus h. And what is f of e? Let us do that also. F of e1 e2, that is equal to what? 5 e2 square. So what is their subtraction? F of e plus h minus f of e, that is equal to, subtract किया तो ये पड़ जाएगा. Do you see? This is gone. You are having what? 10 e2 h2 plus 5 h2 square. So this is what you are having now. Now the next thing is what? You need to decide which t of h should I choose. Can somebody tell me? What should I choose my t of h? Define. Define t of h, that is t of h1 h2. What can you say? What is this? Try to see f of e plus h minus f of e. If you want to approximate, so which one should I choose? Either this one or both the term as my linear transformation, and whether that will be a linear transformation or not. See, I already told you, अगर square term दिखा तो वो linear transformation रहेगा ही नहीं. Linear transformation मतलब degree 1 or in terms of h1. So this is the one thing I have, correct? And if you see, I have already given you something. F of e plus f of e plus t of h, and norm h multiplied by e of h. So that guy is actually norm h for me. Yes. So इसमें से linear, that is the main thing. यहाँ आने के बाद तुमको you need to decide which one should I choose the linear transformation. So you should choose those value जिसमें h1 h2 हो, and try to be sure that जिसमें a square term ना हो. Make sure that h1 अकेला हो, h2 अकेला हो. So this is my, so I define t of h equal to 10 e2 h2. So again you can quickly verify this is a linear transformation, 10 a2 is a constant, h2 may h2 plus h3 whatever you take, then you can check whether it is linear transformation or not. That is easy to do, correct? Once you got this as a linear transformation, so what is next? You should cover for all epsilon positive to find delta positive such that norm h less than delta that is what you have to prove. Mod of f of e plus h minus f of e minus t of h upon norm h, that should be less than epsilon. So this is what my thing is to do. So let us do consideration part. Consider. What is consideration part? Consideration part is this: f of e plus h minus f of e minus t of h upon norm h. Let us put and try to see f of e plus h minus f of e क्या आएगा ये देखो. This is f of e plus h minus f of e is already we have got 10 e2h2. It is 10 e2h2 plus what is that 5h2 square plus 5h2 square. Oh sorry, this is f of e plus h minus f of e. What is f of e? F of e is 5e2 square, that is 5e2 square. Okay, and what is next? Wait, I think यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा नहीं ना. I just wrote f of e plus a. Did I make some mistake here? Actually हाँ, थोड़ा सा मुझे सॉल्व करके लिखना चाहिए था. मैंने डायरेक्ट ही सब्स्टिट्यूट कर दिया. यू जस्ट नीड टू सी, ये ओपन करके दैन यू नीड टू सब्ट्रैक्ट, दैन ये लास्ट में मिलेगा, करेक्ट? सो आई डोंट हैव टू राइट दिस. दिस इज होल सब्ट्रैक्शन. नाउ आई जस्ट नीड टू राइट टी ऑफ एच. इस होल पार्ट हम लोग ने एफ ऑफ ए प्लस एच माइनस एफ ऑफ ए का वैल्यू लिख दिया है. नाउ व्हाट इज टी ऑफ एच? टी ऑफ एच इज 10 e2h2. So this is 10 e2h2, correct? And divided by norm h. What is norm h in our case? What is norm h? H is in two variable. Do you see? What is your h? यहाँ पे है h1 है, h1 h2 है, तो norm क्या आएगा? It will be square root of h1 square plus h2 square, correct? So this is my mod. So what is this? ये दोनों गया. I am having this as 5h2 square upon square root of h1 square plus h2 square on this. Okay, tell me what should I do next thing? बोलो. Can I put this guy as, actually this is not, this is just equal to, can I put this guy as less than equal to 5h1 square plus 5h2 square upon square root of h1 square h2 square, correct? I just want to relate with this guy, that is the whole thing. Do you see मैंने क्या किया? 5h2 square था, I wanted h1 square plus h2 square to relate with this, so मैंने just I put it less than equal to 5h1 square plus 5. Is that okay? What is the next thing I will do? So I will take 5 common, this will be h1 square h2 square, and they will get cancelled, which then I'll be having this is less than equal to 5 times root of h1 square plus h2 square. And if I have already an estimate for this. What is that? What is that? You see, we have already considered norm of h, that is less than delta, and this is same as norm h only, na? So that is less than delta, that is less than epsilon. So what should you choose? Sorry, phi delta, no? What should you choose? Choose delta equal to, what should I choose? Tell me. Here it is phi delta. I want to estimate this is less than epsilon. So my delta should be epsilon upon phi, correct? So I have gotten delta such that this guy is less than epsilon. So what is my total derivative? What is my derivative? Correct? So what is my total derivative of f at a? Total derivative of f at e, that is equal to d f of e and that is equal to t, and that is t of h, you can say that is equal to t, अगर h यहाँ पे अप्लाई किया तो ऐसा, and t of h equal to t of h1 h2, and that is equal to 10 e2 h2, correct? So this is what your total derivative is that okay? Let us go back quickly and try to see. The function was this 5y square. I try to put first e equal to a1 a2 लिखा, h equal to h1 h2 लिखा, then f of e1 e plus h निकाला, f of e निकाला, then I'll try to see this subtraction. I'm getting this 10 a2 h2 plus 5 h2 square, correct? Now from this expression, the next part is to guess which transformation, which value should I use for the transformation. So definitely the linear part. So linear part मतलब क्या होता है, h1 h2 के साथ वाला linear part. So there should not be a square term, so this will be my linear part, so that is my t of h. And actually अगर बोलो तो here only we have got the answer. The next thing we are doing is verification कि जो हम लोग ने assume किया whether it is correct or not. That is the next part. Correct? Is that okay? Let us do one more example. Now you try to do. I'll just give a function. Third one, f from r2 to r, given by f of xy equal to x square plus y square. Now you also do together with me, okay? The question is find total derivative. So how will you do? Find total derivative, correct? How will you do that? You will start with e1 e2, you will start h h1 h2, correct? So h1 h2 is clear because this is in r2, okay? What is the next thing? You will see f of e plus h. So what is f of e plus h? That is f of e1 plus h1 comma e2 plus h2. And what is that? As per the definition, xy क्या था? X square plus y square. This will be e1 plus h1 the whole square plus e2 plus h2 the whole square. Perfect. So let us quickly solve this. What will be this? E1 square plus 2 e1 h1 plus h1 square plus e2 square plus 2 e2 h2 plus h2 square, correct? This is my f of e plus h. What is f of e? F of e, that means what? F of e1 e2, that will be e1 square plus e2 square. I want their subtraction. F of e plus h minus f of a. What will I have? See, e1 and e2 will get subtracted. I'll be having this 2 e1 h1 plus 2 e2 sorry 2 e2 h2 plus h1 square plus h2 square. Can somebody tell me the transformation? क्या लूँ मैं t of h को, that is t of h1 h2 को क्या चूज करूँ मैं? Anybody? So their subtraction I have got. So next thing is to decide the linear transformation. So out of these three terms, should I take this one is linear transformation, this one or together, or the third one, or everything? Just tell me quickly. Anybody? What do you mean by linear transformation? I already told you. Anybody? Or I'll just write in general way. For our case, the linear transformation looks like this. Where am I defining? Yeah. So for our case, t of x comma y, अगर मैंने x comma y बोला तो it will be ex plus by. This is how a linear transformation look like. अगर x y z बोला तो it will be ex by plus cz. Is that okay? Just ये याद रखो अपने केस में, करें. There should not be a linear term, there should not be a square term, something like that. X and y है तो ex और by. There should not be xy term also. So now can you quickly tell me what should I choose my linear transformation? What should I choose my t of h1 h2 out of this? Anybody? Shivangi, are you there? or Payal? Yeah, can you tell me which out of these three, what should I choose my T of H? T of H should be a linear transformation. So these two people are not there. Do you agree? They will not be there. H1 square and H2 square. Because I already told you a linear transformation look like this. That is if I am talking about T of E comma B अगर बोल रहा हूँ तो it should be sorry T of X comma Y बोलता हूँ मैं. It should be EX plus BY. Correct? So there should not be. So can you similarly tell me what should I choose? T of H1 H2. Do you see 2A is constant for me? So this guy is 2A H1 and 2A2 H2. So this should work as a linear transformation for me. So I should define it as 2E1 H1 plus 2E2 H2. Do you agree? Do you agree this is a linear transformation? First of all, 2A is a constant. 2A2 is also constant for me. So I am having of this form only, correct? EX plus BY की ही form में है. Yeah, so this is a linear transformation. So what is the next step? अभी हम लोग ने define कर लिया. What is the next step? Next step is to check whether this is true. जो हम लोग ने linear transformation choose किया वो correct है क्या? That means what? For all epsilon positive to find delta positive. What is the next step? What is the definition? Norm of H is less than delta. That should imply what? F of E plus H minus F of E minus T of H upon norm H, that should be less than epsilon, correct? So next, what is the next thing? Consideration part, correct? Start with consideration part. Consider F of E plus H minus F of E minus T of H upon norm H. What is that? Norm H क्या रहेगा? पहले नॉर्म एच छोड़ते हैं, पहले ये देखते हैं. एफ ऑफ ई प्लस एच माइनस एफ ऑफ ए हम लोग ने पहले निकाला है. दैट इज दिस टर्म 2E1H1 2E1H1 plus 2E2H2 plus H1 square plus H2 square minus what is T of H? T of H is this 2E1H1 minus 2E2H2, correct? And that is divided by norm H. What is norm H? Root of H1 square plus H2 square. Yeah, is there any doubt? If you are not responding, why is there any doubt? So do you see these two people will get cancelled? I'll be having only this H1 square plus H2 square upon root of H1 square plus H2 square. What should I do next? This will be just root na H1 square plus H2 square, and you already know what this guy. You have some estimate for this, correct? This is less than delta, and that is less than epsilon, correct? What should I choose? Choose delta equal to, yes. What should I choose? Choose delta equal to epsilon. It will work na, because यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं है. So if you choose delta equal to epsilon, we are done, correct? So the total derivative is, what is total derivative? Total derivative of f, that is given by df of e, that is equal to t, correct? And t of h is given by 2e1h2 plus, sorry, e1h1 2e2h2. I think यही है ना. Let's quickly see. Yes, 2a1h1 plus 2e2h2. Is it clear now? Do you feel confident कि तुम लोग कर सकते हो ऐसा? Can you find the total derivative for any function? Yeah. Or you want me to do some more question than I can? Tell me. Yeah. Okay, let us do. I'll give some homework and I'll do out of them. Homework. Upload it in Google Classroom. The first one is of the same. Find the total derivative of the following. The first one is say f of x y z that is equal to x square plus 2y square plus 3z. Second one, say f of x y that is equal to x square plus 2xy plus y square. Third one, say f of x y that is equal to 3x plus 4y square. Fourth one, uh, f of x y z that is equal to x cube plus 3y square plus 4z square. Okay, so these are the four questions. If you want I can increase more. F of x y that is equal to x cube plus y cube. Okay, out of this five question let us do one of them. Okay, now ये कोई एक करेंगे हम लोग. Others are homework for you. Choice is yours. Which one do you want me to solve and which one you will be solving it. कोई एक क्वेश्चन करने वाले हम लोग. बोलो फटाफट. Hello, can you hear me? Hello. नीरज. कौन सा सॉल्व करूँ मैं? कोई भी बता. बाकी तुम लोग को करना है. जो तुम लोग को डिफिकल्ट लगी या ऐसा लगी कि मतलब ऐसा है तो यू कैन आस्क मी. बोलो फटाफट क्विकली. Yes, don't waste time, please. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Maybe I think तुम लोग को I think it will be fourth one you want me to solve. I think so, but I don't know. बोल नहीं रहे तो I'll take this one as. Finally बोला तो. Yeah. So this is for me. Others are homework for you. Okay. You have to put it and see जैसा step कर रहा हूँ वैसे ही करना and it will be easy to do. ठीक है. Let us start the fourth one. What is the function? X cube 3y square. So how will you start? Now I'll just write the quickly the fourth one I'm doing. F of x y z that is equal to x cube plus 3y square plus 4z square. Correct. So start कैसे करते हैं हम लोग? पहले a decide करते हैं. Correct. A is e1 e2 e3. Next is h, that is h1 h2 h3. What is next thing? We use find f of e plus h. Correct. देखो so हर एक में मैं सेम ही स्टेप कर रहा हूँ. So it will be e1 plus h1 comma e2 plus h2 comma e3 plus h3. Correct. And what is that? Let us quickly solve this thing. So this is e1 plus h1 the whole cube plus 3 times e2 plus h2 the whole square plus 4 times e3 plus h3 the whole square. Correct. And what is this? E1 plus, this is e plus b the whole cube. Na? What is that? E cube plus b cube plus 3 e1 square h1 plus 3 e1 h1 square. Correct. यही होता है ना formula. Just quickly verify. And this will be 3 times, it will be e2 square plus 2 e2 h2 plus h2 square. And what is this? 4 times E3 square plus 2 E3H3 plus H3 square. Just quickly verify कि मैं करेक्ट कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं. You should do that. Now you just need to multiply this 3 and 4 inside. So I'll be having E1 cube plus H1 cube plus 3 E1 square H1 plus 3 E1 H1 square plus 3 E2 square plus 6 E2 H2 plus 3 H2 square, correct? Or what about this one? This is 4 E3 square plus 8 E3 H3 plus 4 H3 square. Is that okay? So this is what you're having f of a plus h. What is the next thing? You need to find f of a plus h minus f of a. Can you quickly tell me what will be that? f of a क्या रहेगा? It will be just e1 क्यूब प्लस 3a1 4a2. मतलब ये तीनों सब्ट्रैक्ट हो जाएंगे, दिख रहा है? You will be having only this thing, that is h1 cube plus 3 e1 square h1 plus 3 e1 h1 square and यहाँ पे plus 6 e2 h2 plus 3 h2 square, and what is the next thing? Plus 8 e3 h3 plus 4 h3 square. Okay, define t. Can somebody tell me what should I choose my t? Yes, Payal, can you tell me this my t क्या choose करूँ? Yes, स्क्वायर और क्यूब वाले टर्म्स नहीं आएंगे, मतलब बचा क्या? यस, सो क्या आएगा? ये नहीं आएगा, ये आएगा, करेक्ट, बिकॉज h1 का कोएफिशिएंट एक कांस्टेंट है, तो दिस विल बी 3 e1 स्क्वायर h1, द फर्स्ट वन. ये नहीं आएगा बिकॉज हियर आई एम हैविंग h1 स्क्वायर, सो ये नहीं आएगा. व्हाट अबाउट दिस? दिस विल बी देयर, करेक्ट. 6 e2 h2, इज दैट करेक्ट? ये आएगा क्या? दिस इज 3 h2 का स्क्वायर, नो ना. What about this? It will be there. That is 8 E3 H3. Correct? And ये आएगा क्या? ये H3 का क्यूब है, तो ये भी नहीं आएगा ना. So this is my linear transformation. Do you agree with me?